Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. So I went on a bike ride and it was so beautiful outside. Right as I was finishing, the sun was going down, and fall here in Idaho is amazing. The air was so crisp and it just made my soul literally so happy. I just really started thinking about like all the things that I've missed out on. All of those years that I was overweight, all of those years that I was thinking about starting tomorrow, I missed out on so many things. The guys I was listening to on the podcast today were talking about racing in like 2014. And I was thinking about where even was I in 2014? I wouldn't have even thought about doing a Spartan race or any race. I wouldn't even thought about running in 2014, I don't think. I was not into fitness. It was not my thing. So I was listening to this podcast and it really just started making me think about like everything that I've missed out on, all of the time that I have wasted. And it made me think about all the time that I could still be wasting now and how I just don't want to waste any more time. The thing is, we can't get back the time that we lost, right? But what we can do is we can stop saying, I'll start tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, tomorrow's a new day, next week's a new week. Yes, there is a time and a place for those things. If you're injured today or you're sick today, then yeah, maybe there's tomorrow. For me personally, honestly, I just try to push through those things regardless and do the best that I can every day. Because I love the feeling of outdoing myself. I love motivating myself. And I don't think there's any motivation like the motivation that you can give yourself. That motivation that comes with it from within. Sure, you can see somebody's before and after picture. Sure, you can see somebody who had success in your sport or doing whatever it is that you're wanting to do, but there is no motivation like that motivation you can get from within your own soul. That hungriness that you can get from just accomplishing things that you wanted to do. That feeling of, I did it. I am a badass. Today I stepped up. I did the things that I said I was going to do. And look at me. Look what I did. Look where I am. And I have been struggling, of course, with COVID. Everybody has. And I feel like I have been not taking advantage of all of the little moments that I had to essentially be a badass. I used to have racing to remind me that I could do hard things. And that was what made me happy. That was what I used to remind myself that I could do hard things. But I don't have that right now. And I don't want to sit around waiting for a race to come, waiting for the next challenge to come, because that's wasting time, right? So I have to find a way to kick my own self in the ass again and find a way to feel accomplished, because there is literally no feeling like doing something so hard, like literally something that makes you miserable, something that you hate. And I know that sounds weird, but there's nothing like coming out on the other side after completing something that you felt like was the worst time of your life. For me, initially, it was a world championship race in Tahoe, a Spartan race. It was miserable. I was miserable. I wanted to cry. I did cry. It was awful. But the feeling of coming out on the other side of that was really a feeling like no other. It reminded me that, God, look how far I've come. Look at the things that I've done. All of those things that I thought were hard before, sticking to a diet plan, following through with my workouts, waking up early in the morning, all of those things were nothing compared to this moment. And I think a lot of the time it's easy to, rather than embrace the hard things, it's easier to just sweep them under the rug. I'm not going to do that. It's too hard. But seriously, I encourage you to do the hard thing, because doing the hard thing that you didn't think that you could do will make you feel some type of a way that you will never forget. So I did the world championship race. That was the hardest thing I had ever done. At that time, before that, the hardest thing that I ever done was probably my first Spartan race. Before that, the hardest thing that I had ever done was probably a workout with a trainer in the gym at 270 pounds. And now the hardest thing that I've ever done is probably a 35-mile race that I did in May. And that was miserable. I cried. I hated it. I wanted to stop, but I finished it. And in the end, I could say, look at what I did. I am a badass. Look at what I did. And sometimes I forget. Sometimes I kind of swept that accomplishment under the rug, because I think a lot of people that I know and love and care about maybe didn't understand what a big deal it was. And it wasn't that I needed a pat on the back. I didn't need anybody to tell me that it was great. So maybe the lack of people realizing how hard of a thing it was, what a great feat it was, made it hard for me to realize exactly what I had done, exactly what I had overcome. Because those 11 hours that I was running these like 5-mile loops, just literally hating my life, wondering what I was doing, I was not doing it for a prize. I was not doing it for anything other than the feeling of knowing that I could. And I think that that's a lot of the time what it was with weight loss. Sure, the pats on the back are nice. Sure, it's nice when people notice. Sure, it's nice to fit into new clothes, to be able to shop at places that you hadn't shopped at before. But the feeling of knowing that I set out to do this and then I did. I told myself I'm going to lose these 2 pounds and then I did because I stuck to it, because I am capable, of doing hard things. The feeling of saying I will run a mile by the end of this month. I will walk 2 miles by the end of these 2 months. Whatever your goal is. Maybe it's small, maybe it's big, but being able to get to the point that you can say, I did this. I chose this goal. I chose to take the steps to get there, and then I did it. That is truly, I think, what keeps you going. That's what keeps you coming back for more. So whether it's trying to shed pounds or setting out to accomplish something new, it doesn't have to be something with weight. It doesn't have to be a workout. It can be something in the workplace. It can be something with the household chores. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be something around the house. It can be something at your workplace. But setting the goals and then checking things off of the list, that is a great way to get yourself inspired. And honestly, no external motivation, no random person on the street, no face on YouTube is going to be able to encourage you to do hard things the way that you can encourage yourself. And so I think the biggest thing is what ifs, I guess. I think one of the major things that gets people is the what ifs. Because people are always thinking, what if I would have started this weight loss journey 2 years ago? What if I would have started this diet last week? What if I would have gotten active 2 weeks ago? So there's nothing that we can do about the things from the past, but we can say, what if tomorrow I wake up and I make this change? What if tomorrow I make this healthy meal for breakfast and then I go for a walk on my lunch break and then I have some downtime in the evening? And what if the next day I wake up and do the same thing? What if next month me and my family can go on a 2-mile hike? What if next summer I can join that 5K that I've been watching people do? And so I think we really should stop thinking about the what ifs. What if I would have done this? And instead we should think about, what if I do? What if I do this tomorrow? What if I do this next year? What if I do this in a month? What if I do this for a month? What if I do this for a week? What can I get done? What if I can do these things? What if I can get these things done? Because thinking about things from the past are honestly not going to get us anywhere. That's not going to help us to do great things in the future. It's just going to keep us being disappointed about all of the things that we missed out on. And if we spend time being disappointed about the things that we missed out on, then we're going to waste time missing out on more things to come, and it ends up being a vicious cycle. So I know that I have been struggling with that, with thinking the what if I would have started this journey so many years ago? Maybe my life would have been different. Maybe I wouldn't have been so miserable in the summer when it was 100 degrees and I was wearing sweatshirts. There's nothing I can do about those things now. So now I need to think about, what if I do this workout today to the best of my ability? What if I wake up and I kick my ass into gear and I set out to do the things that I tell myself I'm going to do? I personally am going to work on making sure that I do every task that I set out to do to my fullest capability. I know that I've probably been slacking a little bit. I don't have any races or big goals like that in my near future. So I know that I've probably been slacking, honestly, without even really thinking about it. I've been letting off of the gas. I've been letting myself kind of coast by. I've been not being quite as particular about what I'm eating. And I don't want to look back when my race season starts in a few months and think, oh, God, what if that one time in October when I felt a little down, I would have stepped it up instead of pulled back? What if I would have been more purposeful with that run? What if I would have made a few better meals? What if I would have just woken up with a better attitude and not thought about, I don't want to run today. And instead think about, I get to do this. I am strong. I am healthy. I am able to get up and run. I am able to get up and do great things. I am able to inspire other people to do those things. And honestly, I need to be a little more purposeful even about the little things in life, like making sure that my house is clean. Because if my house is organized, I feel more put together. I don't wake up in the morning and think, I should go on a run, but I need to do the dishes and I need to do the laundry. And then half the time I don't even do those things right away. I sit down and I think, oh my God, I have so much to do. I have to do the dishes. I have to do the laundry. I have to go run, and then I have to go to work. I don't want to think like that. And I know it's hard to always remain positive and to think like, I get to do this, I get to do that. I know it's not reality, but I do think that we need to be a little more purposeful sometimes and think a little bit more about the fact that, yeah, you do get to do those things. And I'm not going to be cheesy and say, oh, be thankful you have a washer to wash your laundry. Be thankful that you have a house where you get to dirty dishes. I know like that's a little bit extreme, but I just want to be more thankful and more excited about the things that I do have in life. I have time to go run. I have time to go bike. I have time to lift weights. And as the days are getting a lot shorter, as it's 8:35 p.m. and it's already pitch black outside, I'm thinking like, oh man, I really wish I would have taken advantage of all those hours of daylight in the summer, because I'm realizing I'm going to miss out on the daylight. I'm going to be working. And that's another thing. I keep thinking, what if I wouldn't have quit my work from home job? I'd have so much more flexibility, but that is not going to help me. Now I have to think of, what if I sit down and I make a schedule and I make a plan and I'm able to get everything done when I want to get it done, and I don't have to stress. So I just had to word vomit all these things during my workout today, and after listening to some podcasts and thinking about all the things that I missed out on and all the things I don't want to miss out on in the future, and thinking about my weight loss journey. I just felt like I needed to get on here and spit out some words, because I don't want to waste any more of my time. I don't want to have any more thoughts of what if last year, what if yesterday. I want to think of what if tomorrow, what if the next day. And I want you guys to think about all of those things too, because honestly, we don't have time to waste. We should make all of our time worth it. Yes, there are going to be some days that we're going to sit around and we're going to be lazy. Yes, there are going to be days that you don't want to do anything, but just remember, when you can motivate yourself and when you can inspire yourself, that is truly when you get shit done. I am not kidding. If you can sit down at the end of your day and be like, God, I am a badass. Look at all the things I accomplished today. I didn't have that much time, but I got my workout done. I made some healthy meals. I ate a few gummy bears if I felt like I needed to. I sat down with my spouse. I played with my kids. I took my dogs for a walk. I organized my kitchen. I got dinner done. That is a much better feeling than sitting down at the end of the day and thinking, God, I had so much to do today. Now I have to do it all tomorrow. What if I don't have time? No more. No more what ifs. No more putting things off. It's fall now. Things can get a little meh in the fall because we want to cozy up in our sweats and our sweaters and drink coffee and eat the treats. And that's okay to do all those things. But we also need to be productive and not let ourselves sink into that kind of meh feeling. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it. I love fall. I love the coziness, but sometimes if I sit around too much and if I let myself be too unproductive, I start feeling meh. And 'tis not the season for meh. So let's get out there, enjoy all the things, make all the things happen, be amazing, be a badass. I will see you guys next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. Bye.